So our topic for today is GlideAjax, guys. Okay. So GlideAjax is used to get values from database to client. Okay. Can say to get value from server to client. Server to client. Server to get values from database, to get values from server to client, or to get values from database to the form. Do you remember, guys, the the when you are actually applying for a SIM card, they'll ask you your Aadhaar card number. Whenever they enter your Aadhaar card number, your name, your address, your date of birth will be automatically populated for them. How it get automatically populated? Whenever you enter it, your details will be there in the server somewhere. Your details will be there somewhere in the server. From that server, it will pull those details, it will show in the application. Getting my point? Whenever you enter the Aadhaar card number, it is pulling your name, your date of birth, your address, your phone number. Automatically, it is pulling your details. Whenever you enter it, it is querying the database from the data from the database. It is actually showing it in the form. Getting my point? Similarly, whenever I select a caller in the caller field, I want caller email, caller mobile number, caller department, caller location. I want to get it from database to the form. Getting my point? You understand, right? In the mobile application, whenever you enter in the SIM card for SIM card request, you have to. They will ask you to provide your Aadhaar number. Whenever you provide your Aadhaar number, they will enter your Aadhaar number. And whenever you enter the Aadhaar number, it will fetch your mobile number. It will fetch your date of birth. It will fetch your email address. It will fetch your address. Everything, every details it will fetch and it will populate in the app. So how is it getting? How is it getting? Because they might have used GlideAjax in the backend. The GlideAjax will pull those details from the database to the form. So GlideAjax is for ServiceNow. So something like GlideAjax, they might have used a different API. Getting my point? Here also, whenever we enter the caller, able tutor email address, it has to fill. It has to able tutor email address, able tutor phone number, able tutor location, able tutor department. It should get automatically from database to the client. Getting my point? Okay. Understand that GlideAjax is used to get values from database to the form, or GlideAjax is used to get the value from server to client. Okay. If you go to the finance case form, whenever I select the caller, you are populating the caller email, caller location, caller department. Whenever I select Uday Gadiparthi, Uday Kishore Gadiparthi, Uday Gadiparthi email, Uday Gadiparthi location, department is getting automatically populated. Whenever I select able tutor email, able tutor location, able tutor department is getting populated. Okay. We are already getting values from database to the client using G underscore form dot get reference. Using G underscore form dot get reference, we are getting values from database to the client. But ServiceNow is telling get reference is not a good practice. What did I tell you? Using get reference, we can get the values from server to the client. So using get reference synchronous call is not a good practice. And I told you get reference asynchronous call is a good practice. Now I am telling you both are not good practice. GlideAjax is good practice. Using G underscore form dot get reference synchronous call and both asynchronous calls are not good practice. Why both are not good practice? Let me tell you. Okay. Why both are not good practice? GlideAjax synchronous call, why it is not good practice? Get G underscore form dot get reference synchronous call is not a good practice. G underscore form dot get reference asynchronous call is not a good practice. Why these both are not good practice? Let me tell you. First of all, asynchronous calls will wait. It will cause form freeze. That is not recommended. Synchronous call. Synchronous call will run asynchronously. It will not wait for the values. The form will be loaded immediately. Then why are you telling it is not a good practice? Okay. Let me give you one example. So Ravi Teja is one of the kind-hearted person. Okay. And he is also a very good cook as well. I asked him for biryani one day. Ravi Teja, you get a biryani for me. As I know that he is a good cook, I asked him to get a biryani for me. Okay. So what he has done, he has cooked 50 kgs biryani. He has taken that 50 kgs biryani to the institute. Can I eat that 50 kgs biryani? Hmm? Okay. So can I eat that 50 kgs biryani? I will eat uh, uh, 250 grams or 500 grams. I'll eat. Rest of the biryani, what should I do? Okay. So similarly, glide G underscore form dot get reference will get all the values, all the caller values. So caller has first name, last name, email, location, department, manager, logged in, active, password reset. So in the caller field, how many values are there? Those many values it will get. So it will get this login name, first name, last name, department, lockout value, active value, password needs reset value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You will get all the 19 values. G underscore form dot get reference will get 19 values. But I asked only 3 values, right? I want only 3 values, right? What are those values? Email, location, department. I want 3 values, but it is giving 19 values. What should I do with it? Getting my point? G underscore form dot get reference and the caller field will get all the caller values. It will get all the caller values, caller login name, first name, last name, full name, location, department, manager, email, VIP, all the values it will get. Hmm? So as it is getting all the values, and if you use synchronous call, form will wait. That is not a good practice. If you use asynchronous call, even if it is asynchronous call, why do I need 50 kgs biryani man? Why do I need these 20 values? I want only 3 values, right? Okay. So as it is getting all the caller values, GlideAjax is not recommended. G underscore form dot get reference is not recommended. G underscore get reference synchronous call is not recommended. G underscore form dot get reference asynchronous call is not recommended. So in that G underscore form dot get reference, in place of that G underscore form dot get reference, we should use GlideAjax. Understand? If you use GlideAjax, in the GlideAjax also you have synchronous call and asynchronous call. Okay, you have GlideAjax synchronous call, GlideAjax sync. So if you use synchronous GlideAjax, it also will wait. If you use GlideAjax asynchronous, it will not wait. Here we will use callback function. In the asynchronous calls, we will use callback functions. Here, if you use GlideAjax synchronous also, the form will wait. If you use GlideAjax asynchronous call, form will not wait. You will use callback function. Using callback function, you need only 3 values, right? It will only get 3 values. It will not get all the caller values. You understand? Then there will be a less load on the form. You understand, right? There will be a less load on the form. Using G underscore form dot get reference, you are using asynchronous call. In the asynchronous call, you are getting 20 values. 20 values. There will be a load on the form. Okay. To remove that load, we will be using GlideAjax asynchronous call. Like you have G underscore form dot get reference synchronous call, like you have G underscore form dot get reference asynchronous call. Similarly, you have GlideAjax synchronous call, GlideAjax asynchronous call. So GlideAjax asynchronous call is actually a GlideAjax asynchronous call is a good practice. Here we will be using callback function. Using this, we want only 3 values, right? It will get only 3 values. So always remember asynchronous calls are good practice. If asynchronous calls are good practice, why do we need synchronous calls? There are some places where we are supposed to use synchronous calls. I will tell you where to use synchronous calls and all. Okay. That biryani example is okay. Okay. Fine. Here, right? From now onwards, your mind should be here. Your mind should not be somewhere in the Singapore or Japan. Your mind should be here in this session. Okay. So in place of G underscore form dot get reference, we are using GlideAjax. Why I am telling you why we need GlideAjax and all I told you. Fine. So what I want, caller email, caller location, caller department, right? Caller email, caller location, caller department. Okay. So here it is referencing which table? User table. I am going to write glide record. Using glide record, I am going to read email location department from the user table for a particular user. am going to read email location department. In the user table. Okay. So I am actually querying with a system ID. Why am I querying with system ID here? Because when you get the caller value, you will get the caller system ID. When you get the caller value, you will get caller system ID. That is why I am actually querying with the system ID here. Okay. Getting my point? So I want caller, email, caller location, caller department. Email. Department. These three values I am getting, I want to print those. Here's dot print. Okay. So here you have to take the caller system ID. I am taking able tutor system ID, guys. Okay. See, whenever you get the value using g underscore form dot get value, if you use u underscore caller, caller is a reference field. That is why it will give you able tutor system ID. That is why I am actually using the add query as system ID. So here you see able tutor email, able tutor location, able tutor department. It has given. We are able to read able tutor email, able tutor location, able tutor department. Only three values. Hmm? So let us take, I am taking Ramon. Ramon system ID I am taking. Ramon email, Ramon location, Ramon department, I am able to read it. Okay. Getting my point. So here, what I am doing is these three values, I have to keep it in my bag. I have to keep it in my bag. That bag you can call it as string array object. You can use string, I can use array, you can use object. Those are called data types. So in those string or array or object, I can store these values. I am taking an object here where caller object is equal to. So this is how you will create an object. Okay. Caller object dot mail is equal to, this is called key. Caller object dot location is equal to caller object dot department is equal to. Okay. So I have opened the object. In this object, I am storing these values. Okay. After that, I am converting object into string. I am converting object into string. JSON dot stringify. It will be, it is used to convert the objects into strings. Okay. gs.print you can see here. Okay. We have to remove this one. This is the object. This is how we are actually. So consider this is a bag, guys. In this bag, in the mail, I am actually storing here. In the LOC, I am storing the location. In the department, I am storing this one. Email is this one. Location is this one. Department is this one. In this format, I stored the values. Guys, repeating. Using glide record, I am reading the data. Whose data? Ramon data. Using his system ID. Okay. Email location department values I am storing in this object. This object I am converting as a string using JSON.stringify. Okay. So using JSON.stringify, I am converting that into object into string. Okay. So if I want Uday email, Uday location, Uday department, I'm taking Uday system ID. So I'll keep Uday system ID here. You can see Uday email address, Uday location, Uday department. Okay. So what you have done, you have read the details, you stored in that object, you converted object into string. Here three things. You have done three things, guys. Remember. Reading user data from user table in the database. That is the first thing. Second thing that you have done here is storing email, location, department values in object. Third thing, converting object into string. Here you are converting object into string. So here you are storing the values in the object. You are reading the data using write record. Okay, this is what you are doing here. Glide record is a server-side API, right? Can we use it in the client scripts? Glide record is a server-side API. You can only use it in the server-side scripts. You cannot use it in the client-side scripts. Okay. Glide record is a server-side API. You cannot use it in the client-side scripts. You can only use it in the server-side scripts. So that is why you have to write this. Okay. You have to write this particular script, line of script in the server-side script. So that is where script include concept will come into picture. Script include. Script include is a server-side script. server-side APIs. Okay. So I'm going to open the script includes. Under system definition, you will find a module called script includes. Open this one. Okay. I am creating a new script include here. I am just creating here as you can give any name. Scripting name, you can give any name. Finance case utils I am giving. Okay. Getting my point. Whenever you provide the name here, this script will be automatically populated. And this must be checked. Client callable must be checked. Once this client callable checkbox is checked, it will extend abstract Ajax processor. Only when this is checked, it will extend abstract Ajax processor. Okay. So we are creating a script include. We provided the name. This can be any name. You can provide it. After that, you must check the client callable checkbox. So here within this script include, okay, in this script include, you can create a function. The function has syntax. So here in the script include, we call that as method. So that has some syntax. Okay. So remove this part. Here you have to provide the name. Finance case caller detail colon function name parenthesis the block. After the block you have to use comma. There is a syntax, guys. Okay, first of all you have to provide the name. It can be any name. This is called method name. Method name colon function keyword parenthesis a block should be open. After the block you have to use comma. This is the syntax. If you want me to write, I will again write here. Finance case caller details colon function parenthesis. This is the syntax. Within this one, we have to write glide record. So within the method that we created, we have to write a glide record. Okay. This you are converting the object into string here, right? That string you have to pass as a response. In the return line, you have to pass that string object. Guys, return line is used to pass the outputs. You are passing that string object as an output. You are passing that string object as an output in the return line. In the return line, I am passing that string object. Return, you will always be using in the end of the method. I'm writing this return line in the end of the method. Maximum, you will write return in the end of the method. Okay. So this is actually Uday Gadiparthi system ID, right? So this should not be always Uday Gadiparthi system ID. This should be dynamic. So for that, I am using this dot get parameter capital letter. I'm giving a parameter here. Okay. This param PARM underscore caller. Sysparam caller. All are small letters. PARM underscore caller. Okay. Now we are good with the script include part. So when you are creating the client callable script include, it will ask you to select a role. I am selecting SNC read only role. I am selecting here. You understand, right? Okay. Now we will go to the client script where we did use get reference. We will go to the client script where we did use get reference. Okay. Right click configure client scripts. Populate caller reference values. You open this one. Here, what are we doing? We are using get reference. Get reference callback method. That means get reference asynchronous call we are using here. Okay. Now I am going to use GlideAjax asynchronous call. Okay. So you have to use GlideAjax. You have to use GlideAjax to call this script include here. So first of all, where PA is equal to new B capital letter, A capital letter, GlideAjax. Here you have to provide the script include name. Script include name should be in the within the single quotes. Okay. GA dot add param. Here P capital letter PARAM. Add param. So here you have to use sys param PARM here. All are small letters. Underscore name. So this is a system parameter, guys. This is called system parameter. Sysparam name is a system parameter. You will use this system parameter, call the method name in the script include. In the script include, you have created a method name, right? You have to use this method name here. GA dot add param. GA dot add param. We have created one custom parameter here. In the script include, we have created custom parameter, sysparam caller. This is called custom parameter. This is not provided by ServiceNow. This is provided by ServiceNow. Using this parameter, you will call the method name. This is not a ServiceNow provided parameter. This parameter name, you can define it. So after sysparam underscore, you can provide any name. After sysparam underscore, you can provide any name. So this is called custom parameter. So you are taking the custom parameter name here. In the custom parameter name, you have to pass the caller system ID. G underscore form dot get value U underscore caller. So what it does, it will give you caller system ID here. It is storing the caller system ID. Sysparam caller is storing the caller system ID. So that I am actually accessing here. Okay. So then we have to use GA dot XML answer. In the get XML answer, you have to use callback function. So in the callback function, here you are getting the response from the script include as a string object. Here you are getting a response from the script include as a string object. Again, here I have to convert that string into object again, where obj is equal to JSON dot parse. Okay. Object dot mail, object dot patient, object dot department. Okay. Getting my point. So you are calling the script include. This is script include. Name you are calling here. Okay. You are calling the method. This method here in the sysparam name, the method name. This is the method name. So here you are using a custom parameter. Okay. Sysparam underscore caller, right? So in that sysparam caller, I am storing the caller system ID using g underscore form dot get value. Okay. You are clear, right? That caller system ID I am passing here. Using that caller system ID, I am reading the user data from database. Hmm? And finally, you are using getXML answer. GetXML answer is an asynchronous call, GlideAjax asynchronous call. And you are using callback function. In the callback function, you will get the response. That response you are getting you are getting here it in the string format, the string object format. That string you are again converting into object using, okay, this JSON.parse will converting string into object. It will convert string into object. From that object, you are actually getting mail. Mail you are passing in the email field. You are getting location. You are passing in the location field. You are getting department. You are passing into the department field. Save this one. You'll go to the form. I'm selecting here Aline Motorin. So Aline Motorin email location department is populated. So here GlideAjax is also getting values from database to the client. Only 3 values it is getting, that too in a asynchronous way. There won't be any load at all. Getting my point? So what are we doing? Whenever we select the caller email, caller location, caller department, we are getting. So what we did, we wrote a on change client script here. This is a on change client script. Whenever you change the caller, on change client script will run. In the on change client script, we are calling the script include. We are calling the method inside the script include. We are passing the caller system ID using this custom parameter. And you are actually getting the response in a asynchronous way using this callback function. You are getting the response from the script include in the string format. You are converting that string into object again. From that object, you are getting the mail. That mail you are passing into email field. From that object, you are getting location that you are passing into location field. You are getting the department from the object that you are passing into department field. You got it right. That is how you will actually get the values from server to the client using GlideAjax. Okay. Do you understand the difference between get reference and GlideAjax? Why it is not recommended to use get reference? Why it is not recommended to why it is not recommended to use g underscore form dot get reference? Why it is recommended to use g underscore form dot why it is recommended to use GlideAjax? GlideAjax has synchronous calls and asynchronous calls. Okay. GlideAjax asynchronous calls will not wait. It will get only the required values, not all the values. That is why GlideAjax is a good practice. Do you understand? Clear, right? We will also see some more examples regarding GlideAjax in tomorrow's session. Okay. Any questions from anyone? This one. So sysparam name is used to call the method name in the script include. This sysparam underscore column is a custom parameter. So you can give any name. So I am just giving here as caller ID. So in this caller ID I am giving. So in this sysparam caller ID, you are storing the system ID of the caller. Same you have to use it in the script include. You can keep any name here. It is called custom parameter. Only sysparam name is a system parameter. In the using system parameter, you will call the method name in the script include. So you can define any custom parameter. In that custom parameter, you can store the value. That value you can access in the script include using this dot get parameter, this param caller ID. Okay.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir.
So just a moment, guys. So sys underscore read only role I have given, right? So if I give that role, everybody can use this, can call this script include. To call that script include, you should have permission. Who is having that particular role, only they can call the script include. Getting my point? Suppose if I don't have sys underscore read only access, okay, I can't call that script include. It won't populate a caller email, caller location department for me. If I have a sys underscore read only role, I can then call the script include and it will populate the caller email, caller location, caller department. If I don't have that role, it won't populate. Okay. So if I open the script include here, in the script include, there is an access control here. Okay. To satisfy this particular, to call this script include, to execute this script include, operation is execute. To execute this script include, you should have read only role. See, XNC read only role. Yeah, somebody is trying to ask me a question.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Yeah.
So here we are creating one server side script and we are calling it in client
Client
side.
side, yes.
Okay, can you open that server side? I mean, script include once.
Yes.
Can you go up? Yeah. So client callable we have checked. That means we can call it in our client scripts.
Yes. If you don't check this checkbox, you can't call this script include in the client script.
Okay, so actually, I'm just trying to understand the flow. So when we are creating var gr, so it is creating one variable with the values of sys underscore user. Okay, so it's a kind of object or
Yes, it's an object.
so it will store any kind of data.
Yes.
Okay, so with the add query.
a condition.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll give the condition in add query, and the query will execute the query. So that we'll get, okay, here.
You will
So
get email, location, department value that you are storing in an object.
object. Okay, because those are all different kinds of values, we are storing it in an object
Yes.
instead of specifying particular data type. We are storing them in an object. Okay, so function can call only string type of objects. Do we have?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's
You
why we
to
are just uh,
yes. To pass a value, to pass a object from one place to another place, you
it should
cannot pass directly other objects.
be
Then
okay.
I am converting object into string. Then I am passing string to the client side, and again in the string in the client side, I am converting string into object again.
Yeah, okay. So can you open
See,
client?
first of all, if you have to carry vegetables from one place to another place, you have to keep it into the bag.
Yeah.
You have to take that bag to the home. Then you have to open the vegetables again.
Okay.
So consider these three are vegetables. You are storing in a object bag. You are converting that as a string. Okay, that you are passing.
Okay. Can you open client side script once?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are calling the, okay, to call the server side Ajax function, we are just using GlideAjax.
Yes.
And the name we are specifying it here. Okay. And this add param, these are all already system defined functions here.
This add param is a system defined. Yeah.
So it does. So whenever add param, what it does exactly?
So add param, sysparam name will actually call the method inside the script include. So this is a script include, right? Inside the script include, there is a method, right? This will actually call this method.
Okay, main method.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like if we have one or more methods, we have to use this add param and
Yes.
okay. So for
In
the
the in the sysparam caller ID, this is a custom parameter. In this custom parameter, you are storing the system ID of the caller.
okay.
In this sysparam underscore caller ID, this is a custom parameter.
Okay,
In
okay.
this custom parameter, you are storing the caller system
Okay,
ID.
whatever we will give in the form, that will be stored under sysparam underscore caller ID, and that will
Yes.
be stored under, okay, in this parameter in server side.
Yes.
Okay.
That
So
that system ID you are calling using this dot get parameter sysparam caller ID.
okay, so to understand that, so it is sys ID, sys underscore ID.
Yes.
Okay, in sys underscore ID, it will be stored.
Yeah.
Okay, in the query. Okay. Okay. Can you open client side script again? Okay. So get XML answer is also an system defined function here.
Yes.
Okay. So we
This
have to.
callback function you can name whatever.
So we should definitely use get. So what it is doing here, get XML answer.
So if you don't use get XML answer, it will not call the script include.
Okay.
You see first three lines. If you don't write line, it won't call the script include.
Okay. Okay. So to call script include, we are using get XML answer.
See, you are telling which script include, which method, what values you have to pass. You are telling upfront here, these three lines. Then you are calling it here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Using callback function. In the callback function, you will again convert as an object here using JSON.parse. From that object, you are
Call
in the
ref
object
where
you
you
have
get.
keys here, right? Let me finish
Oh,
first.
sure.
So in the object you have keys here, mail, LOC, department.
Mhm.
So you are using those keys here, mail, LOC, department.
Oh, okay. 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 So call ref, we just defined it here itself.
Yes.
Okay. And we are just uh, converting it as object.
Hmm.
Okay.
We are extracting the values from the object we are populating in the fields.
Okay, okay. So object dot mail will extract the values.
Yes.
Okay.